You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel, where we talk about the need to prep because of it hitting the fan. Are you prepared? Are you? Are you prepared? Seriously, let's look around at what is happening, folks. I'm saying, hey, SHTF on steroids, worldwide SHTF. It's coming. No, wait a minute. It's here, and it's here now already. Do you have doubts? Do you think I'm exaggerating? Do you think I'm grossly exaggerating? Do you think that this is fear porn? Or do you see this as a message that you need to be prepared? Well, the way I see it is this is just a message. Now understand, folks, I want you to hit pause when you see this code. Take a picture of it with your phone and it'll send you to a website. Right? This right here, that QR code. That'll send people to this page where they can get prepared. Because they can buy what they need. They can get the information they need and want, whether it's premium or free services at the Prepared Mind. The idea is getting people prepared. Time is short, folks. SHTF on steroids, it's here now. We have the beginnings of World War III, whether it's a hot war or a cold war. It's started. It's hot in Ukraine, and the fallout, people fleeing for their lives and making other people's lives very difficult. Ukraine, we just talked about that. 3 million people in Poland, overflowing, burdening Poland. Right? We've got escalation, the US continuing to antagonize Putin. Putin responding, not only in trying to get rid of the Nazis, his denazification program in Ukraine, but yeah, he's sanctioning the West. He's taking away natural resources that are going to cause massive inflation. Now, SHTF, what is it? What is it? Well, for us, it causes a shortage of food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, right? And weird things that happen. So you need those items, food, water, right? Shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense. You need that to protect yourself because we may not have police. You could be defunded. You could have crap going crazy in the streets. But let's look at this. What really is happening? We have been told now that there is a massive cerveza bug outbreak in China. Folks, for 2 years, they held it down to basically nothing. Nada, zilch, zip, teeny, eensy weensy in China. All of a sudden, it's bloomed out of control. So day one, it was they shut down Shenzhen. 17 million people told not to go to work, stay home. Then the following day, 50 million people. I don't know how many millions or hundreds of millions China is now locked down. The nation has 1.4 billion people in it, folks. And basically, they're shutting down. Get ready, folks, for worldwide supply chain problems that will be exacerbated, basically put on steroids. We're already having problems getting ships unloaded. Now we're going to have even greater problems with ships being loaded again, right? You close China, massive, massive problems. Huge inflation, folks. The consumer inflation, they were like, oh yeah, 7.5%. Then they admitted producer, that is suppliers, manufacturers, raw materials. They have PPI, producer inflation of 10%. What do you think it really is? Go take a look at a gas pump. Yeah, they're trying to drive that price down, folks. They're trying to say, there's no problem. We got extra supply. From who? The Middle East said, no. Right? Venezuela said no. And Russia, of course, is saying, no way. You guys are assholes. We're done with you. Right? World supply drying up. How are you going to drive your car, folks? You're going to pay through the nose for the fuel that's available. But we have SHTF on steroids coming. We're going to have supply chain issues that result in shortages or lack of any particular product, including precious fuel. How would you like it if your water system shut down, folks, because they can't get the parts? You can't get the parts for cars? What makes you think there's parts available for water supply systems in cities, suburbs, etc.? Right, the well pump that I had in my property years ago was a Grundfos, right? Germany's having some problems. You think they're producing water well pumps? There's so many things, folks, that the United States relies on from around the world, and this is a world SHTF issue. Supply, transportation, fuel, energy, food is coming. This is going to be SHTF on steroids. It's not going to be, folks, just a hotspot because of some calamity like they're experiencing in Nuevo Laredo. You know, a drug lord was arrested, so this town is now on fire while they have firefights, gunfights in the streets. Right? This is a worldwide problem. And one problem can beget another problem, can beget another problem, kind of like dominoes. Domino effect. Right? Dominoes knocking over dominoes. We're never going to know, folks. We're never going to know. And yes, I have an alarm going off. 1 second. There we go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that commercial break. Welcome back. Yes, it's exercise time. You got to have an alarm. Once an alarm goes off, you're like, okay, take action. Alarm goes off, exercise. Good program. Whoops, I was making the video though. Anyways, we've got this issue, folks. SHTF on steroids, it is coming. If we have a problem with fuel, you're going to have a problem with food. If you have a problem with electricity, you're going to have a problem with energy. Right? No electricity, food is going to spoil in fridges. Can't run gas pumps. City can't run water systems. Maybe for a short period of time if they have those giant, huge tanks above ground that are, gravity feeding the area. Big trouble, folks. Big trouble is on the horizon. In fact, it's not on the horizon. It's just outside of town. It's just over the border, folks. We have massive, massive problems, and they're coming. On top of it all, folks, currency is a huge issue. Currency is a huge issue. In Russia, right, so many Russians are now buying gold that their central bank has halted sales and purchases. That's Russia, folks. Russia's not under attack. Russia is the victim of sanctions, but hey, so is Europe and so is the United States. Russia is the one that supplies the world with a lot of raw materials and oil, gas, energy. Are we going to have the same problem? Yeah, it's already happened, folks. You may not know it, but it's already happening. Oh, and Kazakhstan has also said no more gold, right? The US and Europe, folks, have such a low supply of silver and gold available to the public that they aren't minting coins out of the national mints, whether you're talking about the Royal Canadian Mint, the Royal English Mint or British Mint, right? The US Mint, Australian Mint in Perth. I believe Austria has their mint. They're not putting out these coins, folks. And if you can get them, they're extremely expensive. And it's not the cost of the metal, it's the premium on top of it. Right? They're holding the prices pretty darn low as hard as they can. As hard as they can, they're keeping those prices low. But if you want to buy, you're going to be paying a premium that is huge for these sovereign coins, right? In other words, well, the coin is 25 bucks, but you're going to pay 30, 35, 40 bucks a coin because that premium's added on top of it because there's so few of them. So bank run, not yet. Real money, gold and silver, yeah, folks. People are gobbling it up, grabbing it all over the world. And you may or may not even know that's happening. In other words, there's money preppers out there as much as there's food preppers or gun preppers. Are you prepared? Do you see that SHTF on steroids, folks? It's not just coming, it's here. It's a process. It's not an event. Bam. It's an event only when you realize it and you can't do anything about it. And then it becomes your emergency. Then it's SHTF. But if you're a thinker, you see it coming, you see that it's here, you've been prepping all along, you're prepared, you have a plan, and it's not going to affect you to the degree it'll affect others who are basically standing around with their hand in their pants going, gee whiz, I guess I was just playing with myself and I didn't realize what's happening in the world. Folks, it's coming, it's here. Are you ready? Chance favors the prepared mind. Is yours. Godspeed to you. Don't forget this, and Semper Fi.